Co-host, what's up?
Bonjour.
I know. Look at you. Oh, Frenchy LaRue came back. World traveler.
Qu'est-ce qu'on va de faire?
What? Fuck the who?
Oui.
Okay.
Let's do this.
You know what?
I didn't want to step in on
the
this.
toilet.
Because this is y'all's moment. And this is y'all's show.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi?
I appreciate that co-hosts come back wearing a beret and has a baguette. But I took French in high school, and he's just speaking gibberish right
No,
now.
I was about to say, you sound like the guy that mows my lawn. That ain't French.
Oh, all right. Let me switch that. Oh, hey.
There we go.
How do you do?
Wait a minute, you don't have a lawn. Oh, are you talking about? Oh, never mind. Okay, sorry.
Shut up.
A little less Pepe Le Pew.
I know. Hey, welcome to Let's Do This,
Hey,
everybody.
what's up, people?
We were recording a bunch of stuff tonight, and Cyrus and Leon were here, and we was like, you know what? Leon just pretty much drinking up all my liquor over here. He ain't going nowhere. I don't want him to sober before he drives.
Yeah.
Cyrus is already here.
He's
Cyrus
still
got,
drinking. He can't stop.
I
Look
know.
at him.
I just got nothing better to do.
I know he ain't going home to
Yeah.
nothing. So I said, you know what? I really want to, and it is late, and I think that you guys being here would just keep it lively and keep us energized
Yes,
in a week.
please.
In a week, in a
Us
week.
keep y'all energized. Yeah, y'all. This is the most energetic show on Spill.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
Don't ask
to
us how
Let's
that
Do
is,
This
but-
more than I listen to Leog.
Yeah, well, when we get the occasional email saying, "Hey, guys, love Leog. I mean, I like Let's Do This better." I'm always like, "Yeah, I'm right there with you."
Yeah.
Funny, we get that same email. But no, I sent that email.
You sent that. You're like, "Yeah, that's right."
I got about 5
Yeah.
puppet profiles on the page.
Yeah.
Like, Corey, you still fucking with Cyrus? On that?
Signed,
Leave that guy
not
alone.
Corey's mother.
But yeah, so we're joined tonight. We got a full house here. We're going to try and keep this show short because it is 1:30 in the morning. We had
Jesus
a lot to record. I know you up there drinking. What that ain't water, is it? No, it ain't.
Well,
that shit
there's
is
some water.
sarsaparilla.
unless that's dirty water. That ain't water.
He's trying to come down by adding a little
Hey
ice
man,
to his
if
drink.
the aliens from Sign showed up, this would scare them off.
What?
No, wouldn't.
You-
That movie was dumb. What are you talking about?
I know, but like
Aliens don't do
you had
that.
Aliens who are allergic to water, who come to a planet that's 90% water, where you can see the water from outer space.
And yet they meet the only human who's 90% alcohol right now, which is you. You'd scare them off. What the fuck you doing?
Yeah.
What you looking at?
Yeah. It's either you or Mel Gibson again.
Get out of my yard!
You and Mel Gibson would scare those aliens off. Mel Gibson be like, "Are they Jewish?
Yeah.
Fucking Jews! Get off my rooftop!
Hey, sweet tits, get
Go-
away from my car.
Go back to the planet of Jew."
What is this, Land of the Lost? Get the hell out of here! Fucking slee stacks.
Oh boy, people! I don't know because look, this is the first Let's Do This that co-host and I have done since we've been back from the Spill
Yes.
party in the UK. Mm-hmm. So I don't really have an agenda tonight.
Hey man, I listened to the podcast with you and all the Brits in the room. It was fun. It was fun listening to them talk.
What was it? Let's have it.
Let's have it. Yeah,
Let's have it.
Let's have it.
Yeah, that's
Governor.
They were a fun group. I was like, man, that Nick Hodges sound like a cool guy. I like to hang out with him.
Nick is a super cool guy.
And
Nick,
Travis
yeah.
Pickle sounds like the shit.
Travis Pickle is the shit. That fucking both those guys. They
And a hell of an artist. Damn, that
yeah.
guy is good at what he does.
He made us some badass shirts, and on top of that, he gave me he got a button from Drag Me to Hell.
Yeah.
The button in that movie.
Right.
Oh, really?
That's where you got that from.
He gave it to me, and he's like, "Here, I'm passing ownership to you with this." I'm like, "What the fuck is this? What is
no.
it?" And I was like, I looked inside the envelope, and it was that fucking button.
Don't worry. When the old gypsy lady shows up to carry out the curse, I'm sure Corey will deflect it.
Oh yeah. I was like, hey, I found your new girlfriend, Corey. Hey, right here.
Like I was the one that came up to call. I was like, you gonna do anything with that button? Because that gypsy chick, she gonna show up, right?
Yes, Corey.
I don't want to keep me waiting.
Hey, you go buy her drinks and don't bother me.
Now, Corey, who was the little goth kid you kept trying to have sex with?
Heck,
Okay, you know what? Before we get into all of this, because we're going to talk about the party,
We will.
let me just tell you what we have planned on the show here. I guess we're going to talk about what we did in the UK.
Right.
Because
I'll talk about what I did.
What
Yeah,
you did,
no.
because you had a
Yeah,
big
I
European
had a bigger
trick.
Yeah, I had a bigger trip.
A trip. You were the trick.
I had those two. Yes, I had those two.
So we're going to talk about our adventures in Europe. and I guess this would be a good chance to make this an email show because, like I said, we're not going to be doing this till 4 in the morning. All right, so we'll make up for it next week when we got time.
We will.
With those two things planned, I think, and with y'all here, y'all gonna talk enough to like fill in time itself, especially you drunken McGee.
Yeah.
You know how much Leon loves to talk when he's drinking.
I gotta be honest. I've done a lot of talking this week because our Leog was 2 parts. We did it over 2 nights.
Yeah, we
Really?
did. It's
Yeah.
been a long
Epic.
recording.
Don't
week.
tell us your problems.
But he's sitting here now with his glass of Courvoisier. He's got his nice shirt. He's in his lounge chair. It's like,
No.
what kind of man reads Playboy? If he could actually focus on the words at this
I'm
point.
telling you, man. All I need is a couple of bitches from the Czech Republic. I'd be all set.
Damn.
We'll see if we can get those to you before the end of the show.
Now you're
Please
talking
do
about
that.
goats, right? Or what is it?
Yeah, bitches over in the Czech
Some
Republic.
sheep.
That's any animal with a vagina over there.
Yeah.
Goat see, goat do.
That's Kazakhstan. Come on.
See, people, if you couldn't tell, now what we do on this show, if you couldn't tell already, we bullshit. Now, the co-host
Yes.
and I, we are seasoned veterans of
Oh,
bullshit.
yeah, y'all in the Hall of
Seasoned
Fame
with
of
flavor.
bullshit.
We are the Navy SEALs of bullshit.
We
You know, if there's a country that can be saved, but if you got hostages and they say the only way they can be saved is with bullshit, you know what they call it? They call up us.
That's
Yeah,
right.
when
They
they
don't
go-
call
when
they don't call it the Delta Force with Chuck Norris. They call us.
No.
You hear that?
When they
y'all,
call-
y'all are the A-team of bullshit.
When they call the
You show up
hostage
in a scramble
negotiator
van.
and say, keep them talking, like, I got just the guy.
Oh, Jesus, have we got the guys for you.
Call up the boys.
But please, but do not try to do this yourself because, I mean, you got to really be a professional at this. If you're not, you might end up hurting
You
yourself.
might poke out an eye or poke out your butt or who knows.
Damn, I ain't poking no butts myself, man. But I don't know.
You want to trade seats?
Yeah, I know. What did you do over in France?
Sorry. A lot of poking.
Maybe I'm the only professional here.
I had
'cause
my
like
eyes
you slipped
closed
up
when I
somewhere.
did.
Hey, man, it's France. It's a different culture.
Damn, Ghost, what happened to you, man, with your bullshit? You used to be beautiful. Look at you now. You slipped up, man.
I'm learning about myself every day.
I am curious, did the French male fans come up and like kiss you on the lips? Because that's like
Hell no! I'd say, hey, I'm
No, they poked him in the butt. That's what they Whoa! But people, so as you can see, we bullshit here. Do not try to at home. Leave the bullshit to us. On top of that, we don't only just bullshit, but we like to make the show about you out there.
Yes, about
people
the
out
kids.
there. Yeah, like I said, people.
Fans. We do it for the people.
We do it for the
You're
children.
not actually invited, but this is about you.
No, it is
You can
about you.
listen and pretend you're invited.
Yeah, we want you to feel like you're part of the bullshit experience. You might get hurt trying on your own, but with us, we'll take you by the hand and make you feel like you actually are there.
We read their dopey emails.
Yeah,
we,
no,
we make
hey,
them feel
yeah,
fun.
Let's
No,
give them
yeah.
the full experience. Nick Hodges, what'd you just say?
Oh, that was funny.
That's awesome, dude. Lament. Oh, fuck you, Lament. Come on.
We talk about people on the site. We talk about you in a good way. We talk about you in a bad way. Either way, we figure including you. We read your emails. This is what we're gonna do this tonight.
We
We're
treat everyone equal. Everyone like shit. We do. That's
Now,
what we do.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to read emails and do all that, but the show doesn't start until we give the word.
Hey, you don't have to tell us that. We know. We're the ones
we
who came
tell
up
you
with that. You
What you
dope.
talking about? Yeah, you ain't,
I'm
look
sorry.
at Mr. Conductor over
Yeah.
here.
What,
Look at
who are you? Captain of the fucking drinking your cognac?
Hey, man, if you have a glass of cognac in your hand, you get to call the shots.
Look how he's holding. He's holding like a goblet. He's holding.
you.
He's holding like in the palm of his hand, under holding it.
Yeah.
Now, see,
What are you doing? An Old
this
Spice
is the-
commercial?
This is the way my dad used to drink his cognac.
Don't tell me your dad's problems.
Now, I don't like you talking bad about my dad because he only drank for medicinal reasons, like to cure his thirst.
and the way he's holding his dad drinking, wearing a robe and a crown.
It does give him a certain air of authority. I gotta give it to him.
But like, okay, people. So look,
Is that your first time drinking out of a glass?
If you say this one more time, I'm gonna just pour it back in the bottle.
no, please, now you gonna pour it in your mouth. If that bottle is your throat,
Such a
then yeah.
liar. I
Yeah.
so used to drinking out of Dixie cups. I don't know. It's like a
Hey,
treat
man,
for him.
This is one for the road before I go to rehab.
And not even Dixie cups you can put down on the table. They're like those cone Dixie
They
cups
that you have in your bathroom.
that you get you rinse your mouth out with at the dentist.
You're gonna have to get a silk bathrobe here for
We're
next
gonna have
time
to
he
replace
comes
those
over.
Smurf fucking Dixie cups, dude. Those things have been there for
All
years.
right.
Anything else would be uncivilized.
Okay. So, all right, people. We told you what the show's about. We told you don't bullshit without us. We told you that we like to talk about you, hang out with you, do all kind of things. We
told them.
We told them that we got you prepared. Now, the only thing that's missing here is, well, here he is, my man.
Holy
Goatsy.
Jesus.
Look
Goatsy, speaking of Goatsy, that motherfucker right there is a movie star. I saw that bitch and dragged me to hell.
Oh, yeah.
You, Mr. Modest over there.
See, people, the alternative name of this show is I'm a goat and I eat my own milk. Can't have a name like that without having a mascot.
Exactly.
Goatsy's the mascot. Goatsy done gone to hunt. I look at Leon. Leon really is seeing a goat right now.
He's like,
That's
holy
the funny thing.
fuck.
It's like, I'm the one who's drinking, but y'all are seeing imaginary
I was
animals.
going to say, this is the most hallucinogenic show on screen.
You had to look like,
is-
holy
is-
fuck,
is-
dude, you
is
are
the goat
real.
behind the pink elephants?
Yeah, Leon was looking like shit. He is here.
Yeah, I was like, what are you looking? That's the closet.
A goat with a guitar, nonetheless.
That's
So
right.
Goatsy, just hold off.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm ready. Co-host,
I'm
you
ready.
Now,
Mr.
Leon,
Cognac Man, are you ready?
You ready?
I'm ready.
Sorry, you ready?
Sure.
You're like, yeah, okay.
Whatever.
Goatsy, I'm ready. You ready? Goatsy, ready? People out there ready? Goatsy, ready?
Let's do
Let's do this. Oh wait, sorry, I was checking my messages.
Oh, man, it is hot up here.
Put that one up on the punch.
I gotta puke so I can have another drink.
Oh, man. So we just got back from London, like we said.
We got back like a
Man,
week ago.
and let me tell you, we had a great time over there. You guys have actually got to go at some point. You've got to
I
come
hope
there.
so.
It sounds
Save
to me
your
like
pennies.
every place y'all went was like the ghetto of London.
No, actually, the ghetto of London, that's like
Yeah.
going into like the Upper West End here or something. It's like the ghetto over there.
So
is-
it's like Austin's East Side where people are like, oh, that's a bad part of town. And you get over there, you're like, okay, where's this bad part of town?
No.
Everybody's like,
Oh, did you meet any chavs?
Chav.
Yeah, they're
What?
the chavs. They're like the white trash of London. Basically.
how about the National Front?
Oh, yeah,
Nick?
we did.
Yeah,
We met Nick
We
Hodges,
were hanging
yeah.
out with Nick all day. Yeah.
No, we didn't go. When we say ghetto, what? Okay, it's the funny thing about London is, and for people, if you didn't hear the podcast with the Brits, I'll just do a quick rundown of what we did. And co-host made it there. So we had our party in London, organized by Nick Hodges. Nick Hodges is one of our Euro members, from the UK.
Yeah.
And he said, "Well, you know what? I enjoyed doing this because he did it one time before."
Sure.
And at that time, we had about close to 20 people show up. No big deal. This time, it was like about over 30 people showed up.
Yeah, a lot of people showed up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Corey nowhere to be seen for the first 4 hours.
yeah, good.
Oh, that's Corey. Hey, anybody should know, if you invite Corey to your party, there's a good chance he won't show up until it's over.
Now,
And he'll show up ready to party as you're about to get in bed.
oh yeah, no, I'll be ready. Yeah, I'm like, hey, let's get it started.
Yeah.
What you going to bed now? No,
But
It's 3 in the
granted,
morning.
granted, there was a bar, so they had plenty to do, which was get fucked
Oh, yeah.
up.
So-
and that
yeah.
they did.
So what Nick did, he said, here's the agenda. We're going to start out at a pub, not to be confused with the bar, because apparently a bar is something totally different over there.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
pubs.
Right.
So they start out at a pub called the John Snow. And they did that because it's a pub that would allow some of the kids to be their Hex, pretty much being the only one. We pretty much went
Hex,
to
that was the kid's
Hex,
name.
yes. We pretty much went to a bar, a pub, so that Hex could go to. And then after that, Nick said, you know what, I want to go clubbing. So Nick took us to a club after that.
And that was a fucking field trip and a half, and that was part of the fun. Because
Yeah.
I don't think at first anybody really knew where this club was. It was
Yeah.
just
I don't think Nick knew where it was.
It's in way South London. So basically, yeah, we basically trekked all our way through South London. We walked, we jumped from double-decker bus to double-decker bus. I mean, where the kids are running. I'm like floating by, like, hey, don't forget about me. I don't know where the fuck I am. So yeah,
Thankfully,
and
Doctor
shockingly
Who
enough,
showed up at some point.
Shockingly enough, we fucking made it. But that was a fun adventure because once again Corey disappeared. He was looking for a place and then he just disappeared. Where it was me and like about 20 people. It seemed like we invaded this small bar where there was. I'm assuming it was a bar. There was nobody there.
Oh, y'all went to that bar when I was
We
gone.
went to the bar. Yeah, we walked into the bar. There wasn't a fucking single soul in that place until we all we marched in there. Everyone working behind the bar was like, "Oh shit!" And they were like, "Well, what the hell's going on here?" Because if you can imagine these kids that are walking in, they're of every size, look. They kids who normally wouldn't be hanging out with each other. They all came to this bar ordering fucking beers, Cokes, energy drinks. I mean, it was just strange.
in our group?
But the kids in our group. But the whole time though, we're there to wait for Corey to check into this hotel. He just happened to see across the street. Now, granted, we're waiting there, so 30 minutes turns into an hour, and an hour starts to turn into an hour and 30 minutes. And I was like, you know what? Has anybody checked in with Corey? No. Call that motherfucker and see where he is. And then apparently I guess you forgot to tell anybody that you didn't have a room there.
No, I
so
came
you
back.
took off.
Where the fuck were you? I came back and told
No.
So Corey wasn't in the corner making out with Red Troll or nothing?
Not at all.
I was
no.
gonna say last time we saw
No.
him, he was
that,
talking to
that would
this
make
girl.
sense. Only he was with two dudes. So
What happened was I went to that place across the street,
Right.
and I came back and told the whole group of you.
No, you didn't.
Now here's the deal. They all want to record a podcast, so I said, you know what? Since my cousin is way South London, so I said, there's no way I'm trying to get back that time of night and then come back the next day with all my equipment. I said, I'm gonna bring my equipment, get a hotel room for the night, and record them the next day in that room. And so that means I don't want to haul all my shit around everywhere I went. So I wanted to get that hotel room before we went to the club. So
now you're talking about the place across the street from the bar.
The Comfort Inn, like from the club, from that bar pub you went to. I went in there and I said, and they didn't have a room, and everybody was waiting outside. And I said, hey, I don't have a room. So then they said, well, go to Victoria, which is another part of London, and go there and find a room. And then we went there and we just,
okay, well, I don't know what part of the group. Okay, I don't know what part of the group you told that to, but the part where I was, the section where I was in the back of the bar, we were wondering where you were. So I told Nick, I was like, Nick, call Corey, see where he is. And he was like, oh, all right. So he called you up, and apparently you were out and about with Rick, I guess, looking for other places. So we were just like, all right, we don't know where he is, but let's just go. He'll meet us there at the club. So we trekked over to the club, thank God, and eventually you showed up. But other than that, it was cool. But we thought you probably passed out or something.
Because at the last party, I did leave. It was a miserable time. At the last party, I just disappeared. I left, and I said, I can't.
And everyone was worried because they thought, he did the same thing.
Yeah, no, I came back. Now, at this club that you're talking about, here's the thing about London. The black kids are looking just like they do here. There's hardly any difference now.
Thuggish?
Yes.
Yeah. Except they're from Africa.
Yeah, a lot of them are from Africa. You know,
the West Indies,
but,
right?
The hip hop scene over there is gigantic.
Yeah,
it shames ours.
Yeah.
Well, that often happens with
I don't know if it
with
shames
London,
ours,
but
that's
they might be 20 years or 10 or 20 years behind, but it will have such a love and a respect for the music that we've abandoned.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So that's why most of the music I love now is from over there.
And they still rave over there.
Well, see,
that's
that's
a big deal. Yeah.
When we went to this bar, it was like looking at a bunch of ghetto people. I saw nothing but cornrows and chains and shit with these black kids, but inside the
Michael Jackson jackets.
It was the so-called hip crowd, even though being Americans, when you look at them, you're like, oh, you're just finally catching on to something that we were playing with like 10 years ago.
That we put in the waistband, and you pretty much
exactly
like a
you
homeless
picked it up
person,
and you
you
made
dug
it your
out.
own. Yeah.
You dumpster dived.
Yeah,
and took it.
yeah.
You dumpster dove and took it.
I know Nick's getting really pissed off right now, but
yeah, I know. But fuck Nick. Anyway, he ain't here. But no.
Sorry, Nick.
But no, we went in there and saw all this stuff, and he's thinking like to hear some like just hardcore hip hop playing in there, but. Every room was like what they call like dubstep and electronic.
Each room had a genre
of
only this music that Nick knows about that he constantly told me about, and I still couldn't really process it through my head.
Yeah,
what exactly is the difference between this dub hip rock or this fucking trip trapper fucking
every song had this going to it. Bow, wow, 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 wow. Bow, wow, 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 wow,
Yeah,
wow. You expect like brothers to be in there with glow sticks and shit. It's like I'm sorry, this kind of gay right here.
It's like when you're really fucked up and people start talking to you and they start sounding like the adults from the Peanuts.
Space Cow.
Well, yeah, no, it was, but it was a fun trip, man, and we stayed out to, and like I said, you can hear the details on the podcast with the Brits, but we stayed, we attempted to stay out till 6 a.m. We
didn't attempt nothing. We did stay out. We were out to like the fucking break of dawn.
We left the club at like 4:30, and
which it was weird because if they're 4:30, it's already light outside.
Wow.
Yeah, it was bright.
It was super bright.
On and on to the literal break of dawn.
Oh yeah, no, when we say we went over there to party, we went over there to party.
And I have to say real quick that those fucking members are so loyal. I mean, they are loyal to the core as far as just showing us a good time. Yeah. And just all those kids, I was amazed about. I practically heard everyone's story and how everyone got onto the site and stuff. And it was pretty amazing. And the thing is that the thing that really stuck out to me is like how loyal these kids are. I had a kid.
Oh,
I wanna
you
say-
like how
I
people
want-
adore you.
I wanna-
you love people kissing your ass over there. That's the only reason you went.
That is
That's
true.
That's what Carl.
That is-
That's what Carla told me. I was
on,
trying to
man.
say like because
I love it
don't
when
go to the
people
dark
suck my
side.
dick.
We're not going down that rabbit hole.
No, I am. It's like because I told him I was like, "Hey, man, you know something?" I was like, "It was really cool because I was talking about how this is more of out of appreciation for what
No, it
people
is.
do. It was like we were really kind of happy to have people do this, and
Yeah.
this to mingle with them to let them know, like, hey, we're not these kind of people that aren't good enough to come out and see you. You know, we want to hang with you.
We got something really different going on because a lot of times people will do something and they have no contact with our fans. But we not only have contact with our fans, we interact with them and talk with them all the time, and 90% and probably even more are actually really cool people.
Absolutely.
I mean, I love the Spill Those.
Which,
no, they are. I mean, each one of those kids who I've met, I mean, I could easily hang with them here. I mean, they could easily hang with us.
Yeah.
There were some
and,
folks
and they
when
weren't
this
like
started,
creepy or anything like
there were
that
some
at
folks
all.
when this started who were warning me, don't really interact with your members. You want to keep them like at a distance. It's
Right.
like, you know what? That's just not me. That's not who I am. These guys are coming here to see me or see us talk about stuff, and I want to interact
Yeah,
with them. And,
And
you know
to-
what?
yeah.
It's been 2
And
years
it means
now.
a lot to them. Yeah,
It's been 2 years, and it's been fantastic.
Yeah.
I have made real friends with
Yeah, I
some
have
of
too.
those people.
It's great.
And to a certain extent, I mean, that's true. I mean, I can imagine a point where we'll probably have to gradually pull back more. But at this point, look, we're going to keep it up as much as we can. And that's the reason why we went there. It wasn't to feed our egos. It wasn't to, I mean, yeah, it's a nice trip. And no, not everybody can make a trip like that at the drop of a hat. But what are you going to fucking do, man? It just happened to be that I had the convenience of having a relative there. You have a friend that was over in
Yeah.
France, which
Yeah.
is where you went.
Yeah, I had friends who were in the Czech Republic who met me in France, and they showed. I mean, one friend who's been around Paris showed me around, and he had a friend there who lived there, and he showed us around and showed us a great fucking time. I mean, when I landed in Paris, I mean, I got fucked up in front of the Eiffel Tower, and at the end of the night, I was breakdancing with a bunch of strangers, fucking doing that. Even though I'm a robot, of course, I did the robot, but I did my signature move, which I think only Leon has seen, my centipede.
But you do a good centipede,
and-
and just to be like a single orb, you're like, how can he do a centipede? he can do it.
I fucking do it. I trained many years, and I did the centipede in front of a bunch of kids breakdancing to like old fucking shit. It was amazing in front of the Eiffel Tower, and I think like every 45 minutes, the Eiffel Tower goes into this epileptic seizure where it has lights like shining all over the place. It's like an explosion
And
of lights.
real
on
estate
the
values
tower.
around it just drop for 20 seconds.
It's insane. It's insane. But yeah, exactly. But oh my
By
god.
the end of the night, Liam Neeson had to come save him.
Yeah, exactly. Had to save my ass from that fucking guy who wanted to fucking share a cab with me. Yeah. But no, I mean that part of the trip was amazing. But let me get back before I forget. Those fans are so, I mean, our fans are so fucking dedicated and hardcore and loyal that I had a fan. I want to say the kid's name was Akil. The kid with the glasses.
Akil.
The
Yes.
kid with the glasses.
Yes.
That fucking guy escorted me to the fucking bathroom at this club. Like I was like, okay, I got to drain my fucking coolant. And Akil automatically grabbed me, fucking said,
May I hold
"Get
it for you, sir?"
He grabbed me. He's like, you need to go. I'll show you exactly where it is. He fucking pushed everyone out of the way. Strangers like, hey, move. Get out of the way.
I
Directed
can
me-
shake it, but would you prefer one shake or two?
Boy, this guy, I mean, he was about as badass as a Chinese waiter. And he fucking showed me where the bathroom was. I took care of my business, and I was like, oh.
He took care of your business?
Yeah. And,
Hey, shake it, don't break it there.
And you
Come
know
on.
what?
and I step outside, and this fucking kid is hanging out there waiting for me. He's
Wow.
like, you done? Awesome. He leads me back, pushing people out of the way so I can
You're
get
a
through.
celebrity.
I was like, holy shit.
But you're one of the nice
I'm no
celebrities.
celebrity. I'm nothing. I'm nobody. But wow, this kid treated me like I was somebody.
Oh, you know what?
for
He
once.
sent an email, and I think he sent it to several people saying, it was a comment on the show with the Brits. He's like, from the bottom of my heart, I really thank you for giving me a great night.
That
And-
fucking
But
kid
that
is awesome,
co-host
man.
guy touched me inappropriately.
Exactly. I like the way he tries. You find out the real story is like this kid went to the bathroom, and all of a sudden he feels something behind him, and his co-host is like, "Hey, you need some help?"
No, that was John.
Man, no, that's a great story. I mean, I love y'all got treated like celebrities, but the back end is going to be like the women who come forward saying like, yeah, he raped me and I'm pregnant with his child.
I did, and it's her fault. She shouldn't have been laying on my bed. I'm sorry.
Now,
It happens.
I have to admit that guy Akil,
Uh-huh.
he got weirder as the night went on.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Like
he
as far as he was just up too late and he fucking was
he
starting
was
to
getting
see
delirious.
shit.
He was the
Started
one that
seeing
followed
demons.
us. Yeah, he was the one that followed us to McDonald's
Yeah.
when we were trying to get into McDonald's at 6 a.m.
You're in London and you want to go to McDonald's?
Man,
dude?
it was
That's the only
sad.
place that's fucking open.
It
Of course,
was-
this is British food. It's
Okay,
like,
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You don't
Man,
boil pizza
Unless you want to eat fucking bangers and mash for breakfast.
Yeah.
Blood pudding.
blood
And-
pudding,
but-
spotted dick.
Man, that morning it was like you said, it was getting bright. Do you remember that scene in 28 Days Later where that guy wakes up and he's walking through the city
Yeah,
and there's
that's
all
exactly
kind of
how it
crazy
was.
shit kind of happening because
Shit, man, that's like every scene in 28 Days Later.
yeah, but we were walking and there were people who had rage. All the, like
Oh, shit.
Yeah, there were people like we encountered about 5 people in a row because they just had some big soccer, what they call football over there. They had a big soccer match. So there were people who just got wasted and they were angry.
Right.
And so the
city was trash.
One guy we saw on the phone, this is what we saw. And so we were like, and there's nothing open. So we were like saying the only thing that we can really get to is McDonald's. And once we had our mind set on McDonald's, we were going to have fucking McDonald's.
Sure.
So we even went to a bakery. We had a croissant. And it's like, you know what? I'm kind of okay, but it ain't McDonald's.
I need
we
a
said we're
big
going
egg
to do
and
this.
cheese biscuit.
Yeah, exactly.
Pronto.
Pardon me, sir,
Yeah.
but would you like some lox on your bagel? Well, what I really like would be an all-beef patty. Special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickled onions.
Beef governor? What's that?
No, McDonald's is just like it is over here.
No,
It's
it
just-
is.
it's people,
No, it's all-
people
yeah.
working a shitty job they don't like. You know,
In fucking Paris,
It's
McDonald's is now. The funny thing about Paris is that those McDonald's in Paris
They don't have
they're
that
so-
big a Mac.
You
No,
can
yeah.
get a glass of beer.
You might as well, dude. Those McDonald's over there are like luxurious restaurants. They were nicer than the actual restaurants that they actually do have.
Dude, I hear you.
mean,
I went a
it's
trip to
insane.
Maine once to go cross-country skiing when I was in school. And you're like, yeah, let's just get a quick sandwich at McDonald's. They had tablecloths, waiters,
I heard
candles on the table.
I heard that they have
hell?
they have lobster that they serve there.
I don't know about that. I just got a Big Mac.
They have
but,
a real nice one in Houston, too. Now, okay, you guys went to McDonald's when you were overseas. Please tell me you ordered a Royale with cheese.
No, they didn't have ain't no fucking
they
Royale
don't
with
have-
cheese there. Man.
What?
That's some Pulp Fiction shit. Ain't no
Yeah.
Royale with
Quentin
cheese. You know what
Tarantino
they
lied
That's all
to you?
movies.
You know they had a Big Mac. That's what they had.
Yeah, exactly. They had
Le Big Mac.
Yeah.
Wait, but did they have the quarter?
They had
The
a
only
filet
thing,
pounder.
yeah, they got a quarter pounder, but it's a
Yeah.
quarter pounder, ain't it?
That's what it's called.
It's a
Yeah.
fucking quarter pounder.
It's called a quarter
Yeah.
pounder.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry.
not even called.
Filet o fish, they had that. Ain't nothing exotic about that
They
shit.
were
though.
pissed off that fucking Quentin was making fun of him, so they're like, you know what, fuck him. We're just change
Yeah.
the fucking menu to what they're
Yeah,
making.
but you can sub your fries for snails. So
Wait, did he give you mayonnaise or ketchup? with
No,
your French
in fact, I
fries?
think they had
Mayonnaise,
I think they had the fuck Quentin Tarantino burger.
Yeah.
But no, so we were looking for McDonald's and waiting for it to open. So we had nothing to do but walk around. Even after we ate, we were still waiting for McDonald's. So we were walking, and there's one guy who was on his phone, and he was like, fuck in this fucking area, fuck you, fuck this, fuck that, fuck you. And it was like, Jesus Christ, what's wrong with that guy? And then we passed by another couple, and they were like French, like, oh, what do you fucking want from me? What do you want from me, bitch? And the guy's like, I don't want you to shut up. And we're like, Jesus, what is that about? And then we thought there was nothing else going on. We heard, fuck! And we looked around, and it was
and
like,
that was a priest.
cussing our little boy. What did you fucking tell your parents for? But we
I told you to don't use the fucking teeth.
but now run along. See you tomorrow. But
You got lucky. We got the zombies. We got the fucking crackheads.
Oh, yes,
And
right. You got the crackheads,
and
man.
they're all wanting to hang out with my buddy John.
yeah, we told that. We like there were two
Yeah, I
different
heard the
stories going
story.
on.
I
Like
heard
you
the
guys
story
running
you said.
crackheads, we were running like
Yeah, I heard the story. Yeah, of course, the guy who was so fucking drunk. Now this guy looks like he should be on the fucking good old shit beer. The picture of the bum,
Cavi?
No. Okay, Cavi was with us, but the bum that you guys were talking about, the one who tried to get on the fucking bus, and who that African dude, he was like yelling, like, get out. and that fucking, this bum was so confused. He was trying to like walk into the bus. Then he realized that he didn't know where he was, and then he turned around, and I think he did like he just kept turning around because he didn't know how to get out of the bus. He was confused, and at the same time, there was an African guy yelling at him to get out of the bus.
No, you get off. No. I heard he did.
And he was trying to step out of the bus, and the guy looked so terrified. It looked like he was about to step off a fucking building because he was like, woo, woo.
Now, this guy that he's talking about before, well, there were two guys. I don't know if you ran into another one.
They're actually,
But
three
I don't
guys.
know what kind of shit they're drinking over there in London that makes people turn into zombies at the end of the night. But
Fucking drinking coolant.
This dude, something, antifreeze, some shit. Because now his friend lost his voice. His friend John.
Yeah, my buddy John.
Is this Renegade?
Huh?
No.
No,
Renegade.
I thought he said he
on
went
the-
over there for some reason.
Man, we ain't shit. We need the embassy to bring us back if we went over there with him.
You'd still be standing outside the strip club.
We'd fucking end up in North Korea, fucking prisoners.
we in London. We'd have been like North Korean. How the fuck did we get here? But no, his friend John lost his voice, and his friend was like, "All right, God, yeah, all right, thanks, see you later, all right, bro." And so while we're walking away, we hear this. It's this drunk guy walking up, and it was the guy we couldn't understand what he said. But his friend John turned around and started talking to him. So you hear this
They understood each
yeah,
other.
and then
Exactly.
you hear this conversation like, "Oh, what's wrong, man? Already? Oh, really? Oh, is that?
And of course, me and my buddy Frank, we turn around and we've been used to this throughout the whole trip. With John,
He just talks to people.
John, people are attracted to John, and for some reason, John just can't like look away and just keep walking. So he actually tries to interact with some of these people. So as soon as I hear it's funny because I see the fucking bum. I see the guy like about 5 feet away from John. And for some reason, I'm thinking, these two are going to interact. I guarantee it.
And they did.
And as soon as we're halfway across the street, I turn around and, you hear the fucking blah, blah, blah. And we turn around like, we're so used to just going, John, come on.
And that's what I heard.
Yeah,
we
we're
were
like,
down the
"John,
street.
come on."
We already walking away, and I heard Frank, "John, man, come on."
And John, he's like the fucking coolest guy ever. He was trying to make a nice send off to that fucking bum. He's like,
Does that live long and prosper?
he's like running towards us.
And that guy,
But,
that drunk guy, shambled up to y'all like a real zombie.
No. Yeah.
I was like, "Fuck, it's Shaun of the Dead for real."
It-
I know.
it was.
I've been seeing so much English zombie shit lately. I would probably just punch him in the head and take off running.
If you need to make a cheap zombie movie, go to fucking South London. Yeah, there's plenty of them.
You'll be the one who'll be in jail for like bashing a guy's head
It's
in.
a
over
goddamn
there.
zombie. What do you want from me? And then, like, the policeman at 4 in the morning is like,
You got to consider that over there, it's considered assault just for like yelling at somebody.
yeah,
that's
that's
true.
true.
Yeah, that's true. That's all Christian Bale.
that's how
And
he
by
got
the way, everybody knows London does not have zombies; they have werewolves.
Is that true?
Hey, according to Shaun of the Dead, they got zombies too.
I was going to
Nick-
say.
did Nick
and
tell you
dead
that?
set.
But no, man, I hope one day you guys actually get to make a trip like that with us.
you
because,
should,
want to,
yeah.
too.
because everybody,
Yeah. No, I'd love
don't
to.
I want to go to that Amsterdam trip that somebody keeps talking about.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
recently.
okay.
Okay. Who's the member on Spill?
Noah, Pod Bay Door.
Yes.
Okay, it
Yeah,
looks
she was
like
asking. She was like, "When you gonna come to Amsterdam?" I'm like, "I
like,
don't know,
she's just-
sweetheart. I got. And you offered me a place to stay.
You just
and I-
said the magic words.
Well, yeah, hey man, it looks like we are having an Amsterdam trip. Let me just go ahead.
we
and-
are?
Do we? Because I'll start saving for it. I'll
Yeah,
go.
no,
When is that
there's going to be. All right, it already looks like this is happening. Okay, let's run down the agenda before we get into email here real
Okay,
quick.
all right.
We are having our official spill, the official big spill party here in Austin, Texas.
Well, we'll be
the-
at
on
San
the-
Diego
on-
Con before that.
yeah. Well, that's not a party, but let me get. Yeah, I'll touch on
Yeah,
that.
you
a
need
little
to
bit.
tell people
Yeah,
about
well,
that too, because I've been getting a lot of people asking.
Okay.
What's
All right.
going
Well, let me
on.
just start from the beginning then. Okay. In July, we are going to be at Comic-Con. That's on the 22nd and 23rd and 24th.
Yeah. 22nd through. I guess I need to talk to you about that. Are we going to be there through Sunday to Monday? I mean, from Wednesday to Monday, or Wednesday to Sunday, or what's going on?
We'll have to work that out.
We'll
I don't
get
know.
that worked
yeah.
out.
But
Who's all going to that?
these two
You
guys
two
are going.
guys? Okay. I
Leon,
figured.
Cyrus, and Corey.
Yeah.
Making an appearance.
So,
Okay, so I'm not going.
Well, they search your bags for metal stuff these days. so.
well, we'll talk
cool.
about we'll
Yeah.
talk
Don't
about
worry
how
about
they,
it.
we'll talk
I
about
don't
how they
care,
get-
but yeah.
no listen
Yeah.
we'll talk about how they got to go. Don't it's not ain't like anybody was
I
excluded or
figured you
anything.
guys sneak-
But
sneak in.
And I fought for you.
But
that's cool.
So we're going to be at Comic-Con. Now we did not get to have a booth this year because we were in transition going from Miva to Hollywood.com, the company that has us now. So we were working on that, but we don't. So, but we'll figure out a way to hang with everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure out something.
If you're going to come, you should start contacting us now so we can work out how to get together.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this right now. I will have a different Spill-related T-shirt on every day of the festival, and there probably won't be a lot of Spill shirts around. So, look for the guys with the Spill shirts.
You'll be able to smell them.
Yeah.
And Raphael, I better see you.
And I will be handing out T-shirts while we're there, by the way. So hopefully we'll get to have a small get together. Maybe we'll go to a bar or something and hang out and go get something to eat with a lot
or
of
at the
people.
very least, the Marriott bar.
Yeah. We'll have a table to
Yeah,
ourselves.
there'll be a lot
and,
of nights.
Well,
Yeah.
I hope you guys have fun.
Metal Virgin.
Stop it.
Metal Virgin,
Thanks.
who lives close by,
Thanks
crapped
for
out
telling
last
me.
year. I'm not accepting any excuses this
Oh
year.
yeah, now, if you're gonna
that's
be
right.
there, be there. So we're gonna be at Comic-Con. Now, following that in August 27th, that's going to be the official Big Spill party.
Big Spill party.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and that's going to be. I'm trying to work out a place. I'm trying to get a bar.
Did you already talk to?
No, but I'm going to make a forum. I'm already announcing this right now. I'm making a forum where I'm saying, all right, I need a head count of who's going to show up. And I don't want the bullshit on there. I don't want somebody talking about, oh, I'll be there in spirit. Oh, I wish I could be there. Hey, you guys have fun. No, don't say shit to me except I will be there.
Well, you have fun with that.
Yeah, no, I you know what? I'm almost threatening. I swear to
That
God.
includes people who live here in Austin. If you're planning on coming, please leave a message because we need to know this to know what sort of place to get.
Yeah, and I'm actually thinking about trying to budget enough to where we can cook for some people, get a bunch of meat, cook for some people, have a bar for a little bit, and try to go for most of the night, at least to like around 9 or 10.
We make no strip club promises this year.
Yeah.
We make no
No
strip
promises
club
unless y'all
promises.
just bug the hell out of us. Then all right, fine,
Yeah,
I guess
but
I'll take it.
Leon.
hanging out with Leon is always going to end up as a strip club. If Leon has to like rip the clothes off somebody, it's going to happen that way. Come here, you. And then we will have apparently going on right now. Noah is getting together an Amsterdam party in November.
November.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we all have time to plan for November.
Okay,
I
thank you.
told her I will go if it happens. So November, most of us could probably be there.
Dude, there's so much to do in Amsterdam. We might show up in Amsterdam and not actually make it to the Spill party.
I was going to say, Amsterdam's one of those places, there may be a lot to do, but you tend to stay for a while at the first stop.
Yeah. So
wow.
we'll
okay,
see
so
how that works
I get
out.
to have one more story that reminds me of The Hangover.
Yeah, Amsterdam. Yeah, so hopefully that'll happen. We're just not getting that started.
Shit,
but
guys, if we do Amsterdam, the only place left for us is going to be Bangkok.
I ain't going.
And we
nowhere.
all know how
Bangkok.
that ends.
Yeah, David.
You
You
have
know what
fun
happened to
bringing-
David
yeah.
Carradine in Bangkok?
Yeah, bring your pantyhose.
Yeah, and a rope.
I already pissed off the triads. I have not even shown up anywhere near their territory. Ever since I
yeah.
revealed the secrets of Kung Fu.
So that's the rundown of what we have going on there. As you see, we are very international. So a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah, you're about as international as the International House of
I was
Pancakes.
going to say, we like to show up
me?
in other countries at 4 in the morning and get wasted and
Erasure.
embarrass ourselves.
Run
So
into
let's
more
see what we
international zombies.
I want to show up in London next time wearing like a full-on cowboy outfit and talking a heavy Texas drawl and say, "Oh, that's just a character I play on Spill."
You know what? They
You
are,
do that.
People are already ready to talk shit
I just
no
want to
matter
go to
what.
Germany
Yeah.
because I hear they love black guys over there.
Do they?
Oh, yeah.
They love everyone.
Oh, they
brown.
do. They love
Yeah,
to cook
Germany.
them. Cook them, put them on the grill, smoke them, and eat them.
It's like sweet
Well, the
pork.
women love them.
Let's see here. All right, you know what?
I thought you were going to read an email. You didn't pull up an email?
I'm opening up the email, man.
Just
Dude,
randomly.
we were doing Leog the other day and got ready to go to our questions.
Yeah.
And it was like, Ning was like, "Oh, we're doing maintenance now. Sorry."
I was like,
Yeah, that's been popping up like crazy, man. It's like
Yeah.
popping up like you winning the lottery.
Yeah.
yeah, so we actually had to make shit up. I wasn't prepared for this.
Well, I've been
Ning
talking-
is working out its bugs.
It is hot in here. I've been talking all night. I'm exhausted, man.
Why don't we turn the air conditioner on?
Because it is way too loud in
Is
here. Yeah, in here it is way too
like
fucking
we're
loud.
not.
Leon's looking for an argument here.
No. It's just funny to me that, like, in the last couple of recordings, Corey's been the one who's been hot when I've been fine with it.
Yeah.
You
Wait,
can
weren't
see how
you
it feels.
sweating though? The last
Yeah,
show
yeah,
or something?
yeah. That one I was sweating buckets, but
Yeah.
now I'm cool.
I'm with you. I'm sweating. I think it's the couch, dude.
See, you guys should drink Courvoisier.
Yeah, you're sitting on that.
Oh, see, that's
Make
what
it
it is.
couch.
You ain't hot because you can't feel shit right now. You know,
Exactly.
He's like,
You're all
everything
numb.
is fine.
the same reason why bums drink alcohol in the wintertime, except it's opposite for you.
Hell yeah. I got a bottle of wine. I'm feeling fine.
Yeah, you are.
And I
He's a little
believe
tipsy. Look
I
at
got it made.
You know, he's just gonna roll out that chair a little bit. Like, I ain't hot.
I'd like to thank all you good people for coming to my aid. But I'm D.W. Washburn, and I believe I got it made.
That's
What
what just happened?
Did you slip something in there?
somebody
shit?
record that shit.
Put the roofies in his
Let's
shit.
sell that shit. Put that on fucking iTunes. Make some cash money.
Wow, that terrified me.
Damn,
quite frankly.
Did you get the right bottle? Because
Man,
I say,
like none of you guys ever listened to the Monkees.
You know,
Come on.
no more cognac for you.
That's the
okay,
Monkees?
whiskey
That's the
or
Monkees,
nothing.
yeah.
Oh no shit.
you know, Leon, I save a special bottle back there for my female company here. I think you got that one.
You
that was
roofied.
thought that was some Yoko
Why
Ono
does the room
shit you were
keep
singing.
spinning?
Oh shit! Here we go. Rock,
Rock.
rock, and rolling.
Keep singing over there, Corey.
Rock.
Well, this
Leon,
is
Leon, go ahead. Start.
Maybe I don't listen to the show enough to know what this segment is.
you know, yeah, this is
Tell
London.
us.
Shouldn't you be thinking something?
Nah, man, that's
our song.
That's love. That song right there. That's love theme from Fuck Your Thoughts. Our email section.
Really?
Yeah.
I was just thinking about drunks.
Write that down.
All right, let's see what we got.
Freezing.
Damn,
Laying
it
his
really
head
is
on a
fucked
pillow
up.
made of concrete. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Shouldn't you be doing Dean Martin or something by the now?
I'm being entertained over here.
Except I think he was actually drinking apple juice. So.
I have a real show going on over here.
Look at really, look at his head. He's like his head
I
is
don't need
all
to look at it.
kicked
It's
back.
right
His
here in front
eyes
of me.
half open. Like, hey,
Fuck,
yo.
man. It's like 2 a.m. I'm tired.
It goes, poke him, see what happens.
I'm not poking him.
All right,
You don't have tits.
Take a stick.
all right. Let's see what we got here. Let's go ahead and get into our first email here, which is from Garhet, and Garhet says,
Make it a good one.
"Oh fuck, no, I ain't doing this."
Garhet says something that Corey has decided not to read.
mind.
Fail, Garhet. Fail.
Fail. You lose. Yeah, take a picture, post it on
Let's
Facebook.
move on to Patrick.
You got a whammy.
Hey guys, have you ever seen an animated film that you thought would have worked better as a
No.
live action or vice versa? You know something? Ralph Bakshi used to do the rotoscoping thing, where like American Pop is a movie that
You know who invented that?
who invented that?
The Max and Dave Fleischer.
Oh well, yeah. Max
They
Fleischer.
did that with Superman?
Max Fleischer actually he started doing that when he started tracing his brother for Coco the Clown.
Right.
Yeah, his brother posed for that, and he used the rotoscoping technique. So yeah, you're right. Look at that. Look at you.
Yeah. I know some shit.
This is starting to sound like NPR.
Yeah, it's Coco. No, but no. You know, Ralph Bakshi did a movie called American Pop.
Yep.
Me and my little brother, we watched that movie so much on HBO, we had it memorized.
Oh
You
yeah,
had no choice when it's on HBO back then.
Yeah,
There's only like 10
Beastmaster,
movies playing on HBO.
Grease 2.
But no, that movie is about it's a fictional history of rock music, leading up from like starting back at like the days of vaudeville up until that point, which was like the '80s punk and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and,
up to Bob Seger.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Up to the death of
but
rock.
they don't. But they don't name. And it's a fictional storyline.
right.
Like it's music is real music from these real artists, but the people who do the music they're given different names.
Right.
Yeah, because they
And,
couldn't get the licensing, essentially.
But they got the licensing to the music though. That's a weird thing.
No, there's
Some
all
of it
the-
they did. Like there's places where they have like their singers, sing the song instead. But you throw in like Janis Joplin and Bob
Jimi
Seger, of
Hendrix
course,
and,
Jimi Hendrix,
and all
yeah.
that. Yeah, and it's a movie that you look at and it's like none of it is really fantasy. None of it is science fiction. There's really no reason to do it in animation if you really think about it. And I always thought it was a novelty at the time because there weren't a whole lot of American rated R animated movies.
Right.
So you watched it because of that. But today, given that we're given all kind of edgy animation, I don't think a project like that would work so well.
No, that's true. There are films like that every once in a while that confuse me why they bothered. The Japanese film Perfect Blue was one of those movies I remember going, why didn't you just film this live action? You clearly wanted to.
Sorry, that is a perfect example because I don't know if you were with us. I know Corey was, and co-host you might have been back when the Arbor Theater was back when it used to be, and we got to go to like a private midnight screening of that. And it was one of those movies where it's like this could just as well have been live action.
Yeah, I liked it, but it was almost distracting that it wasn't.
But the Japanese do that a lot, though. I mean, for them, Japanese have a different history than we do. I mean, after and I might be mistaken here, but I believe that the history is after the bomb was dropped, like real simple forms of entertainment came about, like comics.
Yeah.
And because comics were so prevalent, animation became more mainstream, and they have a richer history of animation in their mainstream than America does. It's longer. So they tell soap operas in animation. They have all kind of shows that they have, which over here we would make them live action, but animation is just a thing for them.
Well, and on that note, I mean, while I haven't seen it, so I can't say for sure, but what I've seen of Waltzing Bashir, it looks like a movie that could have been live action, which probably was, and then they just either rotoscoped it or used that Waking Life technique over it.
Well, it seems like they did something really innovative with the animation style. So that in and of itself seems like an argument to do it that way, much like with
Persepolis.
Persepolis.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What was the? Was there a French animated film that came out, like something like Dogsville?
There's Triplets of Belleville. Is that
Maybe
what you're thinking of?
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. That.
Well, that's another
seemed
one
more
that could have been live action.
Yeah.
You see Triplets of Belleville? I don't think so.
Yeah, because
Really?
it had a
No.
very distinctive and odd sensibility in its style.
And they had very exaggerated characters who did very exaggerated actions.
Well, okay. I mean, you would have to make it less exaggerated. I guess it blurs that line to where, like, it works better as animated, but it could have been. Get the right director on it with an imagination, like the guy who did Amelie. I think he could have done it live action.
It could have. It could have worked. You mean animated? Yeah, it could have been an animated film just as easily.
No, Triplets of Belleville is animated.
No. You said Amelie.
No.
Okay.
I'm saying the director
yeah.
of
I'm
Amelie
sorry.
could have done
Okay.
Triplets of Belleville as a live action movie.
But I think just as easily you could have done Amelie as a really neat animated
Sure.
film.
Yeah,
Create
exactly.
its own unique style like that, and that story could have translated into
Delicatessen
that
is one that could have been animated.
Absolutely.
Going back to the real quick, going back to the rotoscope. Who directed Rock and Rule?
That was Nelvana. I don't know who the directors were, but Nelvana is a studio who does a lot of children's shows today.
I thought that was Ralph Bakshi as well.
No, Ralph Bakshi had nothing to do with it. In fact, that studio, that project almost broke them. Because it was a risky project. It took years to make.
But it was rotoscope too, right?
No, it was not
was
rotoscope.
it?
No,
Really?
No, it was not rotoscope. They might have used some rotoscope reference for things.
I thought some of the concert scenes where people are dancing around. A lot of that to me when I saw the
It
rotoscope.
could
Yeah,
be.
Corey, didn't you work on that?
Rock and Rule?
Yeah, you didn't.
No, I
like
was
10 years
no, I
old.
was like,
I was
I
gonna
was,
say, that's forever
I was
ago.
younger. Yeah, I was like, I mean, when that
I
movie
guess I'm
came
thinking
out.
about
That
like,
was
the Quest
you
for
who was
Camelot.
old enough to work.
No, I
How's
was
that other guy that looked
You
Space
worked on
Corey?
Quest for Camelot,
Space
right?
Jam, barely. No, I didn't. I worked at the studio when they were working on Quest for Camelot. I tell you, at the time they said you ain't touching shit. All right, you barely getting this little bit of Space Jam right here. Yeah,
Draw this shadow.
yeah. Draw this one shadow and go take out the garbage. But no, Rock and Rule. It was started like I think in the '70s, late '70s, early '80s.
Was it
and
really?
yeah,
Long ago?
yeah, and because the project took years to make, and Rock and Rule people.
All
you should
right,
see-
Lou Reed. My name is Mock.
Thanks a lot. It's a movie that was done by Nelvana Studios. It's gorgeous, but it took years for them to complete because the story kept changing and styles kept changing, and you could tell the story is weird because it's about a nuclear after the nuclear war. The only thing to survive are dogs, cats, and rats. And you're thinking like, okay, this is going to be a cool science fiction story about them trying to survive. No, it switches gears and turns into a story about a aging rock and roll star wants to bring a demon to Earth so that he can like preserve himself and put on the greatest concert in the world, something like that. And it's a really cool movie. It has the soundtrack by Iggy Pop, Cheap Trick, Earth, Wind and Fire.
Which is an odd
I remember
mix.
it. That's part of why I liked it. I dug the soundtrack.
But you look at this movie and you're thinking like, there's no fucking way this would work at a theater.
I think my favorite of that period when American animation was actually trying to be daring and experimental, though, was Wizards, which is a Ralph Bakshi one, which still holds up today. It's like,
See, I
wow.
gotta say, man, I like a lot of Ralph Bakshi movies, and Wizards is that one that everybody loves. That I'm not that crazy.
Really,
about.
I still think that's just fascinating to watch, and it's his most experimental, I think, too.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah, but you hear they're making a new heavy metal, right? With like every
A
segment
third one.
being
That's not,
well, yeah.
everybody forgets there was a second.
Well,
one.
there's a good reason for that.
it
It was the
shit.
direct to DVD, I think.
But yeah, but those
it
are
was
movies
shit.
that are animated movies that probably would be fine in animation or live action. I mean,
True.
these days technology is so great that I mean, you have things that normally would have been done in live action years ago,
Right.
That people are doing. I mean, I'm sorry, would have been done in animation years ago that people are doing in live action now because the technology is there.
Is it official that James Cameron's actually going to do?
That's what I keep reading.
Yeah,
and
David
I think
Fincher,
that's cool.
James Cameron.
James Cameron may do
I
it.
mean, this
Eli
isn't,
Roth one of
this
them?
isn't some fuck off heavy metal. This is like the big guys who are like, oh man, I used to love heavy metal.
Right.
Yeah, I'll come in and do.
No,
this
heavy
part of
metal. If you were, and there might be some people on here who don't know what heavy metal is. Heavy metal is a magazine that's been around for years. It's a science fiction, fantasy magazine, different anthology stories. Ivan Reitman did that movie.
Yeah.
Back in I think 80.
Oh yeah,
1980.
it was like 81.
Yeah.
And you had a lot of the actors from SCTV doing voices on it.
A lot of people.
John Candy.
And the funny thing is that a lot of people thought Ralph Bakshi did do heavy metal.
Right,
And it's like Ralph Bakshi keeps having to tell people, I didn't have anything to do with that movie. It was Ivan Reitman, the guy who did Stripes, Ghostbusters,
Yeah,
all that.
yeah.
Yeah, he did that movie. And that movie was it was a rated R animated movie, an anthology film, and it was pretty popular. Played at midnight movies.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was
Of course it was.
Yeah,
I saw it in the theater.
It was
Yeah.
one of the first movies that like your parents would go, oh, it's a cartoon. They can go see that, not knowing that it's got cartoon boobs everywhere.
That's
yeah.
one of those. That's one of those films when you catch that on HBO late at night, and when
Yeah.
you're a kid, it's fucking cool as shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's something you just don't
I
forget.
had gone back to DC for the summer, and I had a triple feature where I saw Heavy Metal, Stripes, and Superman 2 all in the same day.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
That's awesome.
Well, now they're talking about making another heavy metal, and they're talking about segments being featured from David Fincher, and I don't
I
know
want
if
to say
this.
he's kind of spearheading the
It's
project.
like 2
Yeah.
days ago, the news site started saying James Cameron is doing it. I don't know.
I wouldn't-
mean, you know how these things go.
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay, we'll see how that goes. All right, let's do 2 more emails and then we're done. Let's see. Okay, we'll see about this. This is from JD and JC. JD says a good fucking question for let's do this.
Well, we'll see about that.
Yeah.
He says actually no.
Thanks for letting us
It's actually
know.
a fucking good question, but
Yeah.
either way. I know.
What the hell are you
I don't
doing?
know.
You laughing at your
I
own
did it.
joke
I
there?
snuck a
That's
shot of
awesome.
you. I went and
Hey,
snuck a shot.
I salute you for doing
I
that.
snuck a shot of Jägermeister when y'all weren't looking, so I'm all goofy.
Okay, you know what? Not only did he sneak in like 3 questions in this, but I'm not answering this. Listen to this shit. They're vague too. Have you ever done anything so disturbing, disgusting that you wish you were never born? What are the greatest musicals
Yeah.
you've ever seen? If Megan Fox, if I got to have Megan Fox with all of you, can I have a permanent spot on LT? What?
JD
No.
failed.
Come on.
Yeah. What the fuck, man? Come on, get your shit
Was he
straight, man.
masturbating
Yeah,
while he
man.
wrote that?
Yeah,
What was going
shit,
on?
you just trying to you're that kind of person. Like you'll be at a Q&A and somebody will raise their hand and they just ask a question just to be heard. You know?
Yeah.
What is your opinion of the Iraq War? Sit your ass down somewhere, God damn it.
How much did that movie cost you to make?
Look it up on IMDb, dumbass.
All right, let's see what we got here.
This
this
as
is
much
from
as it did
this
to
is
purchase your
from
mom.
Lord Death.
Ooh, who I think
Oh,
is
yes.
relatively new,
The
isn't
Lord
he?
of Death.
I think that's Lord Tesmek.
No, but I thought Lord Death was pretty new.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
It says, why doesn't co-host get his own little picture that goes cha-ching whenever he does a review?
Because everybody sucks.
For that matter, why doesn't he get his own video review?
Yeah.
Like with Watchmen and Star Trek. And, okay.
I wrote that.
Yeah, I was about to say. No, when we started doing this, we were under the impression that co-host wasn't going to be doing as many reviews, and now he is doing more. And we just didn't have that little thing there in the beginning because we didn't know how he was going to be involved.
It
But,
was
It's
the
called
ass
missing
babies.
the boat.
yeah,
missing
we'll get one for him
There
because
you go.
I answered
Someday.
Oh, God, he's going to break out in song again.
I just want to review movies.
Spill the musical.
Everybody asked me that question too. Where's co-host picture? And that's
Fuck
why I
is
asked
his
that.
shit at?
Yeah, if you see on our video reviews, we have all our whenever we give our ratings
Corey,
like full
flying out to London.
full price or whatever. You see our pictures come up. So, all right, okay, we'll read one more here. Damn, this is a mouthful right here too. This is from Sean. Sean
Open
says,
wide.
"Corey, goddamn you! A question for Let's Do This. Answer me, Corey. You promised me you'd answer my question, you motherfucker." Let's see. It says,
But they do get mad, don't they?
Yeah.
They're very polite on Leon.
I am a medical professional, and I was listening to Let's Do This on my iPod.
Oh, good for you.
While walking to my ward last week and laughing at co-host's English accent. I sit at the docks and watch the ships go by. But I realized that, you know what? He really is British because he spelled realize with the S. He said, I realized that I was laughing too loud in the cancer ward that I was walking through, full of dying people and worried families. So
I love when I can bring laughter to where there's places of death.
Like, I'm not gonna die.
You're like a cruel Patch Adams.
Right before they hear the flat line, you're
You're gonna die.
Hey kid, you like Freddie Mercury? Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Hey.
all right. So he says,
oh, you're not done with that.
no, I'm not done with that. No, he says, my motherfucking, like, I'm exhausted. Like, I'm just listening at this point. I don't even have the energy to make
You're
jokes right
listening to
now.
the
I'm
voices
just,
in your
I'm
head?
just, I'm just sitting here. I'm like, normally I'd be laughing and shit. I'm just like, fuck, man, I'm tired. My motherfucking question is, that's what he says. Where is the worst place you have laughed and in what situation? Love you guys. And sorry I couldn't come to say hello in London. Fuck you, man. You could have made it if you really wanted to. You doc, what you say, laughing at the cancer patients. You what?
Tell your girlfriend you're sorry.
There is a time that a couple of times I laughed when I was a kid. There was and I swear to God, this is the truth. I even wrote a short story about it. There was a girl who choked on a peppermint in my 5th grade class. And when she was choking and they finally got it done, they heard me in the back of the room go like, and the teacher turned around. She looked at me. She's like, "You find this funny?" I wasn't laughing. And she's like, "Oh," and I already had a reputation for being kind of silly. So she's like, "You know what? I want to talk to you after we're done. There's nothing funny about this." And all these girls in the class were like, "You laugh at her for choking? What is wrong with you?" And I'm in the corner like, I actually started crying because my teacher pulled me in the closet. Because she said, no. Oh, before the class left. That's what happened. Before the class let out. She's like, I was like, everybody was against me. I'm like, really? I was not laughing. And she's like, okay, what's your excuse? And I told her, that's why she pulled me in the closet and I told her and she walked out and she's like, I really want to see if any of your friends believe this. You know, this is what I want you to do. I want you to write down
This
what
teacher had nothing better to do?
No, she didn't. I swear to God, this is what she did.
No, she was making an example.
Yeah, she had something better to do. Fuck with me. And she wrote this down. She said, this is what I want you to do. I want you to write down what you just said on a piece of paper. And then I want you to pick anybody in this class and have them come up and read that and see what they think. And I looked around the class. I had two close friends, one named Jerry, another named Johnny. Johnny Neal, Jerry Lawson. Jerry was back there like, hey, man, come on, man, come on. And I, for some reason, I thought Johnny was, because Johnny was a brother. I don't know. He was close. So I said, I picked Johnny instead. And Johnny came up and looked at it, and he just cracked up. And she said, you believe that? And he's like, no. And Jerry was like, golly, man, you should.
What's up with that?
Now, what I wrote in the paper was, and this is the God-honest truth, I wrote down, I had the hiccups. I was holding my breath. And when she started choking and everybody got it cleared up, I got caught by surprise and it kind of,
I would believe that.
Yeah, my air came out kind of.
So you didn't laugh?
No, I didn't laugh. I said my air came out kind of fast because I was taken by surprise. And I said, that's the God. I didn't say God honest truth at the time. I was like, that's the truth. And she really didn't believe me, so she brought me into the class. I mean, she brought me to the closet again, and I really laid it on, just kind of make her feel guilty. I was just crying. And
you should have stood up and pulled out the race card in front of that entire class. What the fuck? I was joking. She's joking. I was trying to hold my breath, and I'm dying over here. But will you guys give a fuck about me? No, because I'm black, right? I'm black. Look at me, I'm black. I know I'm black. I'm getting the fuck
and
out of here.
And to this day, Corey likes gag porn.
And then you should have started crying, Corey.
No,
took the attention off that chick.
Be like Eddie Murphy in Beverly Hills Cop. Yeah. I see what it is. Can't nobody go to this school and have hiccups and try to cure by holding their breath because niggas can't hold their breath in this elementary school. I'm sorry. It's jet lag. You ain't been flying.
So you were a class clown too, huh?
Yeah, I was kind of. And granted,
was there anyone here?
You think I want to be black? Huh? Do you?
Was there anyone here who wasn't the class clown in school?
Oh yeah, I mean,
really?
I laughed at a black kid from Mississippi who was trying to read one time.
Wow.
And
that's.
Yeah,
you know what?
I went to go visit a
Get
friend.
out.
I went to go visit a friend, and it was in a classroom. And this kid who I kind of knew, so it didn't bother me too much. I was laughing at him. He was trying really hard to read. Now, granted, this is high school. This is high school, so I assumed everybody knew how to read. But this kid was really trying hard, and he tried to spit out the words, and I just went, "Ah!" And the teacher was like, "What the hell?" And then the kid turned around, and he was like, "Hey, man. Why are you laughing at me?"
That kid's
and I said, "Because you can't read."
There's Michael Clark Duncan from the Green Mile.
And then she like kicked me out.
Man, that kid is probably still traumatized from that shit. You
No,
realize that?
I saw him the other day. We were laughing.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Laughing about it.
Yeah, here, read this.
And he still couldn't read.
He still can you? No,
Carlos, can you order for me?
that and there's this fat girl in this cafeteria. This is terrible.
This is last week.
This is it was a pretty big girl. It wasn't her fault. You know, she loved to eat. But she sat down and she had her knife and fork up to her face, and as soon as she lifted up her knife and fork, her fucking chair broke. She went rolling down, but the funny thing that really got me laughing at her was that she still had her knife and fork like in the position.
She wasn't letting go of
where
those
she rolled
things.
down. No, where it was like Medusa turned her to stone. When she fell back, she still had the knife and fork in position. And I was like,
Shit.
Oh shit!
That's a bitch that likes to eat right there. You know.
You just reminded me of my
oh
answer.
my god!
What is it? What's your answer?
Well, I was going to tell a story about the egg blowing up in my face, but now I'm thinking about when we were at an art opening, and I went outside, and I could hear somebody making some noise, like doo, 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 doo. And I was like, man, that's fucking Corey behind a bush trying to fuck with me. I was like, man, this guy never knows when to stop playing.
Yeah.
And then I looked around, and it was this guy because we were across the street from the state mental hospital.
Which you thought I was in.
Yeah, but it was this black guy. He was about Corey's size, but he was like walking around looking crazy. I was just standing outside, and then he ran past the building where I couldn't see him anymore. And then I just heard skirt, boom, and I see in slow motion it's coming. This Cadillac had skidded, hit him, and he was like stiff as a board, bouncing off the top of the hood of this Cadillac. And just like, but they all went off to where I could see. I was like, oh shit. And I ran around and saw, and before I could get around and see what had happened, that guy was back up, running around, all happy again, like nothing had happened. And his handler came running across the street. And the guy who was in the Cadillac was like, oh my God, I could see him through my windshield through the other car. And then he just came and ran out. And this crazy guy was just like, yeah, I can have proof that there's a Jesus because he protected me just then. And his handler was just like, just come on back over across the street. Let's go. And I just could not stop laughing at this whole thing. I had to like go find Corey and laugh because it was like everybody else was shocked, but once I had a moment to myself, I was
know something?
Like, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I gotta like admit that I was there when this happened. I didn't see the part where the guy got hit, but we were there for somebody's art exhibit. So I was walking out, and Leon comes walking up to me like, hey man, I just saw the funniest fucking thing. And I'm like, what'd you see? He's like, I just saw this guy get hit by a car.
Oh, that's hysterical.
And I was like, what? I was like, that's funny to you? And he's like, he described it. I was like,
but yeah,
okay.
if y'all, I mean, you could have seen the image of him like at the moment of impact where he had stiffened his body straight as a board, like some kind of salmon that a bear knocked out of a stream, just bouncing off the top of his car. And then it just run around like nothing had happened. Like, what the? But the driver of the Cadillac was completely freaked out, which of course you would be. He just hit a human being.
I wish I could have seen that because I saw a rodeo clown get hit by a bull and he was stiff like that.
Yeah.
And I gotta admit, it's tragic, but that's the funniest shit I've seen.
Well, it's a clown. You can
it's
do anything
of course.
to a clown. And
Yeah,
it's funny.
exactly. You set a clown on fire, that'll be funny.
Real quick, as far as like laughing at other people's pain, I do remember being at a bookstore one time, and this little kid, he must have been about 8 years old, is like hauling ass, running. And now at the bookstore, they have those benches that are like really low, these benches are bolted to the fucking floor, so they're not moving anywhere.
Yeah,
this little kid comes hauling ass from one corner. He's like laughing, he's like, ah! And then, as soon as he runs his shin, like his leg, like runs smack into the bench, and you just hear a big boom. He stops. He stops himself. He has his hands on the bench, and he gets up. He turns around and he starts running towards the bathroom. There's a wall where the bathrooms are, the hallway that leads to the bathrooms. Now I see this kid. He stops. I'm like, oh fuck. He gets up, runs to the bathroom, and then right as soon as he gets behind that fucking wall, you hear him go. He starts crying. You can hear him crying in the back,
man.
and I'm just like, what the fuck?
I did that shit too. I was in the bathroom of a.
You ran to a bench. You started crying.
Oh, even worse than that. I was in the bathroom of a grocery store, and it was like up 2 flights of stairs, and then coming down the stairs. Like, I know you guys aren't old enough to have seen Starsky and Hutch. The real, not the Owen Wilson Starsky and Hutch, but like the real TV show Starsky and Hutch. There's a scene where Starsky comes running down the stairwell with his back against the wall. It's pretty cool. And I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna do that down these stairs. There was some like a long flight of stone stairs. And I did that, and my head got too far away. I lost my balance, and I just bounced down every single stair. And I kept reaching out trying to grab the rail and couldn't quite grab it. And I got to the end. I had like a big like Wile E. Coyote knot on my head and a black eye. And I just came stumbling out of there in a daze. And as soon as I saw my grandmother, she was like, "What's wrong with you?" And I was like,
I love that. I love those cries where it's like a train coming. It's like a running start on a fucking horse.
And it sounds like a car because that's how kids cry. Like,
Doppler effect cry.
it's like they're going by in a car.
Yeah.
What is it, Indy 500 of kids?
those ones you get to like.
Hey, I know you guys are like human and shit. Have you ever felon? That's not,
Are
that's
you a
not
felon?
a real word. Have you ever?
I committed a misdemeanor.
Have you
once.
ever fallen on your back where you knock the wind out of you and you have like friends come over and try to help you, but they're too busy laughing and you can't breathe and people are laughing at you at the same time while you're trying to fucking breathe. You're like, help. Oh, yeah. And you got, what's
Fuck
wrong?
you guys.
What were you doing?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I saw a girl fall on a bike one time. She rolled by on some gravel, and then she slipped and fell. And she did that shit with her on her back. She just kind of skidded. And then she got up, and she was. Have you ever like seen somebody too hurt to cry?
Yeah.
Like there was nobody who could help her, and she was like trying to walk that shit off. So she held up. She was holding her ass like she was trying to hold her ass in place. She started just walking down the street like Bruce Banner in the fucking Hulk. Like you can hear that music. Because everybody's like, where the fuck is she going? She just kept walking. And I was a teenager when I was and then but the funny thing about it was her brother just kind of stood there. It was like the end of a movie where somebody's walking away and somebody's yelling at them like, Shane! Instead she was walking away into the sunset and the last, like if there was the end of a movie before the credits roll, you hear, see bitch, you should have been trying to speed. I told you not to speed. That girl walked off. She was like, fuck off. Anyway, that's it, man. We're going to get on out of here. You know what?
Go.
I want to part with you. One tragic thing that I saw real quick before we leave.
No.
I want to say fuck wildlife rescue. There was I walked up and my neighbor found this baby red bird.
Yeah.
And we were trying to figure out what to do with it because we were like, we don't know how to take care of it. It's on the ground. All these cats are around everywhere.
Yeah, this building is made of cats.
Yeah.
Cats holding up the
We're not
fucking
sitting on
roof.
the couch. We're sitting on a cat.
I love
Like,
cats, and this place freaks me out. It's the Alfred Hitchcock movie he didn't
Cat
get to make.
sliding door.
Really, there is another cat that there will be a cat with a collar that we don't know where it came from. All of a sudden will disappear, and there will be a replacement cat for that cat. And until that cat goes. But anyway, this place is infested with cats.
Have you ever seen The Prisoner? This place is the village of cats.
Yes.
It's good. Like Village of the Damned, Village of the Cats, Village of the Damn Cats.
I
Too
get
many
it.
goddamn
What's-
cats. All right, yeah, okay.
What's
All right,
the story?
so now this fucking this red bird. We trying to put it back in this tree, and because we didn't know what to do, we were looking for a nest. So I finally said, you know what? I got my phone, man. I said, obviously, you got somewhere to go. I don't know what to do with this bird. I'm going to call Wildlife Rescue. And call Wildlife Rescue. And they said, oh, you know what? Where did you find it? Found it on the ground. Oh, the bird was on the ground for a reason. The mother will kick it out the nest and put it on the ground and watch over it to make sure it could fly. So what do we do then? Well, just put it somewhere on the ground. Doesn't matter where. And I said, this place is surrounded by cats. Oh, the mother will be around to take care of it. You'll be surprised at how they do that. And I was like, are you sure about that? I'm looking at 5 cats right now just waiting for this shit to drop. And they're like, no, really, the mother's around. It's okay. You probably hear her. And I was like, I hear birds somewhere. That's it. Go ahead and put it in the tree. And so I put the bird back in the tree. And went inside, came back out. Bird finally fell off into the ground. And no sooner than I turned my head, I heard, a cat had snatched that shit, and I was like, "Hey!" And I chased, and that cat ran.
It
now,
is sizzling tonight.
Now, what pissed me off is that cat not only, but the cat's gonna run, but the cat ran into this little enclave and looked back at me like, gotcha, motherfucker. And then ran off again. I was like, God damn. And I really wanted to call back to Wildlife Rescue and say, you know what? I followed your advice to a T. You know what happened like 5 minutes later? Fucking bird got eaten. So
You cried yourself to sleep that night.
it really bothered me,
and
man.
they would have said like, well, we're much more pro cat than we are pro bird.
They probably
Hey, cats gotta
We're on the
eat too.
cat side.
Now, you know what would have been funny is if this would have been like a Twilight Zone episode and you hear on the voice on the phone like, yeah, so just put the cat on the ground. It'll be all taken care of. And then it cuts to the Wildlife Rescue. There's a cat on the phone.
Well, they're just made up. They're made up cats like your apartment. The light hits them and they all fall apart.
just put it back on the ground. I mean, on the ground. On the ground. It'll be fine.
Well, somebody's eating well tonight.
What you want to do is take some cheeseburgers and put them out there.
Thought the
All
cat,
right,
the cat fucking dragged your ass out.
Yeah. That's it, y'all. It's late. All right.
It's over. It's over.
Okay. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Get to the chopper! Get to the chopper!